Hi, today I'm gonna be demonstrating how to make a really nice tall bottle, okay? And I'm gonna do it in two different parts. So I threw this earlier, and this is sort of leather hard consistency. And then I'm gonna make another section that's gonna go up like that. So the first thing, I'm gonna trim this a little bit on the bottom so this continues to become more of this rounded shape. But I'm going to show you how to do this. So this is kind of a fun little technique. The first thing I like to do is just measure the distance in there. Okay, and so you can kind of get a sense for that. And the reason I'm going to do that is on the top of this piece, all right, I'm going to have this part that goes down, and then it's going to come down in here, and then I'm going to join this two underneath, and then I'm going to throw this up. Okay, it'll make more sense once you've seen it. I've went ahead and slipped and scored this whole area, so it's pretty set to go. Okay, and again, I'm just measuring the inside of that. All right, so let's come over here. All right, and I've got, I don't know how much this is. Maybe this is 4 pounds. Probably way more than I need, but I think I really want like this tall, this really tall neck here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just do a little bit of wheel wedging. Oop. Let's just get rid of that guy. That's probably pretty good. So I'm gonna make this a little bit, before I get started, I'm just gonna, since it's gonna be a narrow neck, I want it to be long, I'm gonna go ahead and probably start like that. That just gives me a rough idea. All right. And now I'm gonna go ahead and make my opening. And in this particular case, I'm actually gonna go all the way down to the bat head. So if you look, you don't have to see in there, but it's straight to the bat head. Okay. All right. So now that we've gotten this, I'm going to go ahead and begin to just start throwing this and bringing this guy up. I don't have to do everything now. All right. I want to just make sure I'm compressed and I'm keeping my walls relatively even. All right. Get rid of any nonsense down here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and, again, just try to throw this relatively even. That's my only real goal here. Okay. And that is probably pretty good. All right, so now here's where all the action happens. I'll go ahead and clean the inside. And I kind of just straighten the outside a little bit. That should probably be pretty good. All right, and again, I'm thinking about this inside. I want to make sure this just didn't move, so that's good. And so I'm going to collar this in and choke it in just a little bit more. Just so we're on course. Okay. That's probably going to be pretty good. All right. So right there is how I'm going to get it to drop down. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our thumb. I'm going to work right here. I'm going to push this in. All right. So we're going to go like this. All right. And then we're going to just make sure this is kind of flat. All right. And that's going to drop down kind of like a lid. So let's see where we're at. We got to just make sure we got plenty of clearance. Not yet. So it's got to come in just a little bit more. All right. I want to make sure we're good and clear here. Yeah, it should be good. All right. That's a good consistency. And again, I'll just take this. All right. Okay, now that we've gotten this, I'm going to take this off to the side. I'm going to leave that right over there, and now we're going to pull this guy in. All right, we're going to try to get this situated. Let's see where we're at here. Okay. I will probably add just a little bit more water to this, and that's kind of what that shape looks like. All right, add just a little bit of water. And now here's where all the fun parts happen. I'm going to take this, all right, we're going to hold this, and we're going to go like this. Okay, and we're going to just drop that right down in there. Okay, and we're going to cut this. Now you got to be very careful when you cut this, just to make sure you don't do a lousy job of it. Okay, that looks all right. All right, we'll put that guy over there. All right, so the first thing I want to do is get my hand in here and really join this neck area, this collar area for this piece. All right, so we're going to get in there, get a little bit of water. I got to be smart. I got to make sure that I have my actually, and I'm taking that whole little flange, that little part that dropped down, and I'm taking my finger and I'm locking it into the bottom. So I'm going like this and locking the bottom of that curve, okay? So it really locks into place. All right, so that's going to be pretty good. That's good. Oh, that's going to be good. All right, now that we've gotten that, that's locked into place, I'm going to go ahead and start to straighten this guy out. Okay, now I don't want to go too crazy yet with collaring this in because I just added a little bit of water to the bottom of this. So before I really start narrowing this down, I'm going to want to go ahead and get this guy and just drop him down, get rid of all that little X. There's not too much, actually. Not too much hanging out down there. All right. All right. And I'm going to see if I can get my hand in here. I got this cord back there. All right. And I'm still going to have to add a little bit of water. And I'm going to work this edge right here. Okay. And then we're going to slowly start to bring this guy up. And I'm a little wide now, but that's okay, because now I'm going to start to close this. So I'm just going to slowly choke this guy off. All right, we're going to keep going up. We're going to keep bringing this guy up and up and up and up. Okay. And we're getting a little bit thicker, and that's okay. You know, one of the little tricks we can do is, even if we want to throw, I can take this dowel rod and I can use this kind of as a throwing stick where I take my thumb and I push just a little bit. This is a little fragile, so it's not going to be perfect. But I'm getting a little bit of that. All right, now we're going to choke this a little more. Ooh, here we go, here we go. All right, here we go. Okay. All right. I still feel like that's thick. Probably, if I had a thicker dowel rod, I could probably get in there and anybody's. All right. You got something? Oh, beautiful. Here, I'll take that. Yeah, we'll try this guy. Probably like that. That's probably okay. All right. Yeah, just so we can thin this out a little bit. Okay. So add a little bit of water. Again, I got to be careful. I don't want to load up too much water on the inside. But we're going to just thin that guy out. I'm just pushing this guy. We're just going. What do you think, Mac? Okay right now? Okay. Thanks. All right. All right, still a little chunky, right? It looks like an elephant tusk. So we're just going to keep working this, okay? Here's where my S12, I like to get this, because this is still, so I'm just going to go ahead and hold the top of this and just kind of scrape from the outside a little bit. All right, because I still feel like I want to keep driving this thing up. All right. Now again, do you need to make a neck this long, and do you may need to make a bottle this tall? No, but if you want to, this is how you do it.
You should do the genie bottle.
Yeah.
You know where it has the bubble on the top?
Oh yeah, I could flare that out. I could certainly flare that out. All right. And then I really like to get that wheel humming along for this. Oop, we don't want that, right? I got to get a little more water here. Okay. I like the little bit of movement we got here. Okay. So let's just clean up this bottom a bit. But I always like, when I have a long neck like this, it's probably not a bad idea to hold that top. Because you just don't know where this guy's going to be heading, you know? And definitely you don't want it heading in the wrong direction, okay? Let's get this shoulder. All right. Okay, let's just drive this up now. Flare that out just a little bit. I don't know if I like it flared out. I think I like it as a stock. I'm going to close that back. This is one of those times where if I can get this in here just a little bit. Oh, that looks good on the inside. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. I think that looks good. I'll probably let it stiffen up, and I'll clean the outside a little bit. I'll redefine the shape, but that's how you go about doing that. Okay? Thank you. Thank you very much. All right.